Okay, so today we have the Cult and She Sells Sanctuary. Reminds me of She Sells Seashells Down by the Seashore, eh? Anyway, we're going to get into this one today. And the Cult. They've been requested a few times now. And of course, I know they have some of the most recognizable songs of the 1980s. And but again, this one has been requested a few times. And I've heard it on the radio, but I've never delved into lyrics. Honestly, I don't really know what he's saying. So let's get into this, talk about it after. This is, I guess, kind of a reaction review, whatever the hell. So yeah, let's just go and watch the video. Unless it gets blocked. I've definitely never heard it in this setting. Love the outfit. So groovy. Damn, that was all. I didn't realize almost a half minutes have gone by. Okay, so the Cult and She Sells Sanctuary. My goodness gracious. Again, I watched the video here, and, I haven't really watched the video before. Like I said, I've heard the song on the radio. I mean, again, it's a radio staple for so many years now. But I've never listened to it like this, and I've never actually looked at the lyrics. Because again, I will say, and it's not like it's Eddie Vedder on the mic here or anything. Like you can kind of understand what he's saying, and maybe it's because I'm not a big cult guy, whatever. So it's just like it's harder for me to understand what he's saying. But he does have a little bit of an intelligible way about him, I would say, but unless again you're a fan and you just know what he's saying. I mean, I know that feeling with other bands that I like, that maybe people don't understand what they're saying anyway. But here again, though, you can feel his energy. And when I say his, I mean Ian Astbury here. And he's just, such a soaring voice, so energetic again. I love the outfit here, almost like a pirate of some kind, perhaps. The video too, I mean, it's just the band kind of, performing. I mean, they're all just, on the stage there, whatever the hell, and they're just rocking out with each other. And I love the guitar riffs on this one, of course, the opening riff to the song. I mean, goddamn, who doesn't know that opening riff? Again, the song is very big, I would imagine. It's one of their best-selling songs. It's ranked as one of their best songs, if not their best. And again, other songs that come to mind from them, I know of The Rain, or maybe just it's called Rain, I guess. And also, what was the other one? The Fire Woman, of course. That's another song I've heard from them. But yeah, again, She Sells Sanctuary has been requested more than a few times, and I've said, well, why the hell not come to it? And to be honest with you as well, I don't know, it just never crossed my mind, but I didn't know that these guys were British. I don't know. I guess maybe you can kind of hear Ian's accent in the song, I guess, but yeah, I never, I never knew they were British, so that was another thing that I learned here today. But again, I just love the energy, again, is infectious. I love their big sound. Again, like I said, from the opening riff here, it's so good. It's a driving rhythm section, I mean, as well, you can say that. Booming drums, too. I love the drum work on this track. And there's like a glimmer to the track as well. I don't know, just with the guitar perhaps, but I don't know, it just sounds so polished. Maybe that's just the production I'm thinking of, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, they seem that they really wanted to polish the song off, and that it was, the whole goal was for it to be a big hit, and I mean, goddamn, they got it. And with again, with Ian's soaring, it just wild vocals, I guess you would say, over top of it. It just sounds so good, and it just, again, it's a song that can become quite the earworm, of course. And again, it's been out since '85, I do believe. And again, it's a song that, again, so many people know again and again. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, those are my opening thoughts off the top. And again, I look at the lyrics here. I say again way too many times, but I don't know why. It just comes to my mind, I guess, and it just comes out of my mouth. But just from the lyrics I heard from Ian here, talking about how the world, I don't know, in kind of a way, the world is so, the world can be a messed up place. But I find sanctuary, I think at one point he said, in your arms, you kind of keep me alive, you keep me going, you keep me sane. This kind of stuff comes to mind. And again, I've never really understood what he was saying. Or maybe just I never paid attention to what he was saying. Because this is a song that, again, you hear so many times. But then at some point it just goes in one ear and out the other. And I've never actually listened to the whole thing, whatever. And did this, reviewed it or whatever the hell, like I like to do. And I will say, because I was looking here on songfacts.com, and like I said, it seems like this is about some kind of relationship, Ian, or just whatever the person in the song that this is about, whatever the hell the narrator is talking about, finding solace in a woman, or whoever the hell, apply it to anyone you want. But just being that kind of kinship that you have, or that kind of relationship you have where, you find solace in each other. But there is a quote here from Ian Astbury, I guess that's how you'd say it. Anyway, from, of course, frontman of the Cult, as it's put here. He was asked one time, what's it about? So he said, what's the song about? Sex. Plain and simple. It's about sex. I've had sex, and I'm very proud of that fact. That's the whole quote. So, I mean, yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, and again, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense, when you find solace in this person. I mean, sex might happen, and he's very proud of that fact. And, I mean, my God, why wouldn't you? I mean, I don't want to go into my private life, but good Lord. Anyway, it's a fun thing. So with the instrumental intro, as it starts off here, looking at the lyrics now, of course, like I said, the instrumental intro, it's so distinctive. The opening riff is so distinctive, and you're just waiting for Ian's voice to hit. You're also waiting for that drum to, the drum to drop. if that's a thing, for the drums to come in, because I don't know, it's an anthem, really. That's like the word I'm thinking of here. It's a big anthem, and it's just a soaring sound the whole way through. The sound is so big here. Anyway, and especially if you turn your volume up, it's even bigger. So then we go on to the first verse. Oh, the heads that turn make my back burn, and those heads that turn make my back burn, make my back burn. So again, I've heard this, dozens of times, but I never knew he was saying make my back burn. Because again, I don't know if it's just me or what, but I couldn't understand really what he was saying. I don't know, and that's kind of an ongoing theme here. But maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know, but I didn't understand. So hold the phone. Pause for a burp. But anyway, talking about, these heads that turn, it seems again that Ian or whoever, he's talking about in the song, is talking about just, again, the triumphs of the world. Is that the word I'm looking for? Either way, how the world is kind of messed up, whatever. Even people can be messed up. Heads that turn, maybe they give bad looks, whatever. But Ian looks to this person, it could be a higher power too, whatever it is, and says, at the end of the day, though, you kind of keep me sane as we go into the second verse. The sparkle in your eyes keeps me alive, and the sparkle in your eyes keeps me alive, keeps me alive. And again, the way his voice just, I don't know, how fluctuates in a way. It's just great, obviously, and it's just so infectious again. But again, and I like that he's not really saying a lot. The first part, my back makes my back burn, and he just kind of talks about the heads that turn. He says that, there's a lot of kind of repetition here, but it works so well with the way he's singing it. The sparkle in your eyes keeps me alive, and he just repeats that. And then we go into the chorus, the world, and again, of course, the way he says it, the world, and he just repeats that too. It's just, but again, it's such a good way because his voice is so goddamn good. Anyway, the world turns around, the world drags me down. Again, just talking about what happens in the world, and a world that's in such, constant change, I guess you would say, a world of flux, whatever the hell, you keep me grounded in a way. Again, that's just the whole kind of thing, we keep coming back to. And again, as Ian, I guess, said, you give me sex as well. So then we go on. Third verse, it's kind of like the first one again. Oh, the heads that turn make my back burn, and that's repeated again. I've never realized there was so much repetition, I guess, but there you go. Then we have the hey, hey, heys, and then we go on to the fourth verse, the fire in your eyes, and the fire in your eyes. And that reminds me of the boys behind me were the Doors, wherever. Oh, right there, my goodness gracious. But I do want to say, as a big Doors fan, and even before I knew much about the cult, I did hear that Ian, and maybe he did do a show with like Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger and maybe John Desmore too. I feel like there was a point where people are saying, well, Ian's going to be the new frontman of the Doors someday, whatever the hell. But then, of course, that never came to fruition. But I remember hearing about that as well. Iggy Pop was suggested too. But later on, back in, later in the 80s and 90s, I feel like people were talking about how Ian kind of reminded them of Jim Morrison. So I just wanted to say that here too, because the fire in your eyes just makes me think of Light My Fire. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that too as a big Doors fan. I do know that Ian has been compared to Jim a bit. Anyway, the fire in your eyes keeps me alive. Again, beautiful, romantic as hell, sexy as hell, and he is going to probably get it in with whoever he's talking about here. And the fire in your eyes keeps me alive. I'm sure in her you'll find the sanctuary. I'm sure in her you'll find the sanctuary. Some of this is some tongue twisters here, my God. And for this part, I'm sure in her you'll find the sanctuary. Is he talking about is he talking to somebody else and saying, you'll find the sanctuary in her, like I have, this kind of a thing, just telling his friends, I don't know, and that way, and just saying she keeps everyone so grounded. Anyway, the chorus comes in again, and the world turns around and around, goes on, my goodness. And the only way that Ian can sing, which is just so soaringly, if that's a word. And then the chorus again, and then the outro, hey, 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 yeah, hey, hey, hey. And again, I didn't realize there wasn't that many lyrics here. It's kind of straightforward in a way, in that way that we're talking about someone who keeps you sane, someone that you find sanctuary, and of course that's what sanctuary is all about. Someone you find solace in, someone you can that keeps you grounded. Again, I can't say it enough. And someone that you love, someone that you have a lot of respect for and you love. Again, it's just that kind of thing all comes to mind. And I guess as Ian said, somebody that can give you sex, I guess, as well, since he said the song is kind of all about sex. But I don't know what else to say. Again, I finally come to the cult here. And again, love the name, The Cult, of course. Just so straightforward again. And it's just so, like, in your face. The Cult. There you go. Anyway, and I really enjoyed this. I'm glad I finally did this. Again, I've heard the song, but I've never actually delved into the lyrics because I didn't really know what he was saying. But I'm glad I finally came here today after all the requests for it. And yeah, what else can you say? It's a big anthem. Such a great voice on Ian, of course. And I didn't even mention the rest of the personnel. I'm so long into this video now, but I do want to say, I usually do. Ian Astbury on the lead vocals, Billy Duffy on guitars here, Jamie Stewart on bass guitar. And again, the bass work and the guitar work here were so, like, I can't, it's dull to say, great or whatever, but it was. I mean, I love how they play back and forth with each other here. Billy and Jamie were just great on the track. I loved them in the video too, the close-ups on their heads and all that stuff. And really, I think it was Billy there. He was just rocking the hell out. It was just like, I don't know, again, their energy is infectious in that way. And then we have drums on She Sells Sanctuary, Nigel Preston. I guess he was the drummer only for this track. Nigel Preston was. And what I do see here, guest drums on all tracks except for She Sells Sanctuary, number 13, and The Snake, was Mark Brzezicki, who, of course, is from Big Country. So it always comes fucking back full circle. I didn't know Mark Brzezicki worked with the Cult at any point, but not on this song again. But it's just fun to see his name because I love that guy, because I love Big Country. Anyway, I'm sure you guys knew that if you're a Cult fan, but I didn't know. So anyway, there we go. What a fun little trivia thing for myself. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for the request too. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Happy I finally came to the Cult today. And yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say. I never know how to finish off a video. So there we go. Sorry the video's so long again. I don't know what's going on with me. I've had very long videos lately. But anyway, thanks again. I'll talk to you guys again soon.